At a very early age, Ramadan exhibited leadership traits.
Okay, what funding opportunities do we have in Kenya available?
Traits that landed him in various leadership positions throughout his academic life. A class prefect in primary school, dining prefect, Form 1, and elected head of sports and entertainment in his first year. While he was able to lead fellow students, things were not easy back home. His family could barely pay his school fees. In order to keep Ramadan in school, his parents would constantly move him from school to school once his fee balance accumulated.
I led the students very well, completed all my 4 years, performed very well, and I was called to Pan University. And my leadership keep on stirring up and stirring up and stirring up. And in Pan University, I got in during elections at first year, and the guys were like, you led us in high school, you have to lead us here, we remember you, and they convinced other colleagues, and I was voted in as the Minister for Sports and Entertainment.
Despite these difficulties, Ramadan's spirit was not dampened. His dream to meet the then Senator of Illinois, Barack Obama, kept him going. His desire to meet Obama burnt so bright that he wrote these words on his bedroom wall with a piece of charcoal.
So this thing has been keeping on building on me. But I remember my U-turn point when I wanted now to be a successful person in my life is when I said I have to identify a role model in my life that I'll be following. And that's when I identified Barack Obama. And I remember writing it on my wall, on my bedroom wall with a charcoal, writing that I want to meet Barack Obama. And my dad took a picture of that. This one was when I was still in Mnarani Primary.
As he continued his studies, he stayed updated with matters concerning his role model. By chance, he one day stumbled upon literature on a program that will give youth the opportunity to meet the U.S. head of state.
I unwrapped it and I heard that Obama is starting an initiative that actually is reflecting the bigger picture of his father's leadership travel, whereby his father and Kina Tomboya were airlifted from Kenya to the state, and when they came back, they brought the country to independence. So he just upscaled it and now bring all the young people in Africa, and was targeting 500 people. So I applied. And I was successfully chosen, and I was shortlisted for the interview. My keynote in my application was I want to meet Obama. That's my dream. I just want to see him.
After he managed to fulfill his lifelong dream at the age of 24, Ramadan was left with a need deep inside him to give back to society. To him, there was no better way of doing this than helping young people from the coast realize their dream. It was then that he founded an initiative that provided young people with a portal to information and literature on whatever subject they fancied reading about.
I say Kenyan curriculum is very much loaded for a Kenyan student or a Kenyan kid growing up. I always term it as a jack of all and a master of none, because you just jack everything. It has a lot of unnecessary things that maybe are just slowing back the brain of the child. So I would really prefer if they could have tailor-made it and maybe do away with this 844 system and come up with another system that can be able to channel us towards the talent of an individual.
Despite the coastal youth making many positive strides towards self-dependency, Ramadan still feels that there are a great many attitudes that need to be done away with if young people from Kilifi County are to succeed and eventually transform the coastal region.
We have the young mothers who have lost hope. We have the drug addicts who have lost hope in the coastal region. We have those sex workers who have lost hope. And even my organization is targeting about sex workers, drug users, and young mothers in this case. What I would like to tell them is that nobody is coming to rescue. What you need to do is the small idea that you have, you need to think very big part of it, and then you need to start very small and act now.
He is convinced that these young minds will change perceptions and write a new narrative for the entire nation. Chixingado, KTN News, Watamu, Kilifi County.